Alright, so this lesson will be relatively simpler because we'll just take the USB-A ports that we made and we'll just modify them to USB-C. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take, I just need to rename this. Yeah. And I'll just take all of this and just duplicate it. So Control C, Control V. And we'll make a few changes. So first of all, that's what a USB-C port looks like. Again, I'm not going to make the teeth on the inside, but there is, it's not being shown here, but there is actually I have a USB-C port right in front of me. So there is actually a slim bar in the middle. So you have this metal stuff and then you have I think this is the actual connector. Yeah, so the actual port is slightly different. Let me just see if I can see the port. USB-C port. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, so let's look for the USB-C connector. I think that is what will get me what I want. Yeah, there you go. See, so there is a little, a little bar in the middle of it. So that's what we need to make. So what we'll do is, firstly, it's a lot more rounded than the USB-A port. So I'm going to take, I made a small change, which is I took all the poly bevels and just connected them. Okay, so if I'll just come down here to this point. Yeah. Or let's come till there. Yeah, okay. So what I want to do is, firstly, they all need to be a lot more rounded. So I'll take the poly bevel, and what I did was I just sort of, did a reference to, did a paste reference into the main, the geometry we're going to use for Boolean and the geometry in the middle. Okay, so they all have the same amount of rounding. So firstly, let's just round it off a bit more. So it's, it's like that. Yeah. Okay, the second thing is it needs to be smaller. So I'm going to take the width line and, make it smaller. Yeah, I think this is good. And then, yeah, this needs to come in here and also a little bit, smaller than that. Let's make it, let's see if we can just bring it in the middle. If I bypass this, I take a transform and I just scale it down. Yeah, there you go. So that's better. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot better. That is what we want. Except let's do one thing. Let's take the poly bevel on this guy and delete it. The referencing, we'll just remove the referencing and I can just, lower that. Yeah, I think this is good. And I can just increase the number of segments on this. So it's a little more rounded. Yeah, is that good? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so if we come here, then, that's what we have. I think I just want to lower the height a little more. Yeah, I think this is okay. And then this one can become slightly bigger. Yeah, we can't see it, but it's there. And maybe just lower the poly bevel a little bit because they're starting to intersect. Okay, so the other thing we need to do is, this is fine. The distance is fine. We need to define the height of these guys. So where is the original copy coming in from? Yeah, okay, that's where it's coming from. So let's just take a look at our main body for a second. So come here to this point and then we need to adjust it. So you take the curve and bring it down till there. Maybe we can add in one more of these. Yeah. And just, yeah, I think that should be fine. So now we'll just change the name. So I'll call this USB-C port. Okay. And this is fine. Okay, so now just take an object merge again. So this is a fairly simple lesson. We're just modifying, the basic thing that we had. Okay, so Control X and Control V. This should come in there. Let's call this USB-A merge. And yeah, this will be USB-C merge. Yeah. Okay, and then we come up here and we take another Boolean. So Boolean subtract and this plugs in here. We'll call it, and so if we've done it right, it should, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think let's just lower the height of the USB-A ports. I think that's gone a little too high. So let's just bring that in. And maybe these can be smaller still. Let me just save the file, and I can take this and maybe go a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think this is fine. And yeah, and then we can take this as well and make it, let's make it 2.5. Yeah, okay, I think this is good. Okay, so there you go. Okay, now what we can also do is just to sort of, since this is a pretty short lesson, what I can do is let's add like a little more detail into these things. So we can try to do like a little bit of beveling on the whole thing. So what I can do here, we'll do it separately for each object, because we don't know how much we want to bevel each one. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take, oh, this is a bit of, hold on a second. Let's make one small change. The eye, yeah, I just want to adjust the depth of this, because this is like too close. When you try to bevel it, it's going to cause problems. Hold on, let me just, yeah, push it in a bit. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Or maybe like bring it out a little bit, like, yeah, just till that, there are no overlapping lines over there. This is fine. Okay, so beveling is fairly simple. You can just take a group node, and we're going to group everything that falls within a certain angle, and then bevel that. So just type in bevel, and we can pick up edges and include by edges minimum angle. There you go. So this is everything that it is going to bevel. This, you have two options. One is we can increase the minimum angle over here, or you can just increase the number of segments over there. I think this, we should increase the number of segments. Like, where is the body light? So just come in here to the poly bevel. Yeah, there you go. So once you've done that, then just take a poly bevel, and we can just give it a bevel. Yeah, it'll try to pick up everything. So just type in bevel and edges. Why is this thing giving an error? Yeah, okay, fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. Maybe we can try to put like a fuse over here. If there are any issues, it will take care of it. Okay, so here we are, and then we can just take the poly bevel. Let's try 0.004. Yeah, and then just give it a little bit of rounding. Let's try 0.003. Yeah, there you go. See, so you get like a nice bit of rounding on the whole thing. This looks nice. And then we can adjust, we can like, let's color these to something, because we can just use this, reuse this in a lot of places. So I can just take this, do Control-C, Control-V, and come out here and apply the same thing to the cover. See, so that looks a lot better now. And then we can apply the same thing to, maybe the eyeball and, other objects. So we can come in here to this guy. Okay, like the USB ports, we can do it with them. Like, let's look at the final result. So we'll automatically get an idea of what is happening. Yeah, we can just come in here. This will be a bit of a problem because this is very thin. So we'll have to check like how much we want to bevel, or we'll have to bevel them separately. Yeah, so let's just drop this in here. Yeah, that is way too much for this. So 0.001. Let's try 0.007. Yeah, okay, I think this is fine. Yeah, you get a little bit. This is good. And then we can, duplicate that here. Yeah, I think that screwed it up. Let's do one thing. Let's come in here, the poly expand, and make it slightly bigger. So let's try 0.003. We're gonna have to do something. Okay, we have a problem. Why do we have a problem? Let's do one thing. Let's put a fuse in here just to be on the safer side. Yeah, okay, I think, yeah, there must have been overlapping point somewhere. So the fuse sort of took care of that. And I think that's good enough. That will take care of everything for now. Like if we come in here and zoom out, see, there you go. So that looks a lot better. Yeah, I just want to bevel this guy as well. Hold on a second. So we'll just bevel this thing. So Control C, Control V, and bring this here. Yeah, there you go. I think I should, hold on, dissolve, blast. Let's put a resample here. And we'll set this to subdivision curves and drop it in. And then I can make it like 100 points. Let's try 100 points. Yeah. So it's slightly smoother. Alright, so this is done. So the only thing left on the body is we need to make the antenna. So we'll make that next, and then we'll start making like the legs for this.